because the other side of it is what the media pushes and what people buy into,
Yeah.
and that is the hood
Yeah.
street thug,
Yeah.
and all that.
Everybody's in a gang.
Yeah, and it's like, man, real man, real black family culture knows you're not supposed to be in a gang. You ain't supposed to be in no gang, boy. And you know that.
Yeah.
But you're buying in to what the media is throwing your way, that you're supposed to be, a thug or whatever else. And I will say this, that for an African American, this is probably the toughest thing to diversify, because you don't see a lot of role models
Mm.
coming up. And so in the Asian community, you could probably see yourself as a doctor, or, you know what I'm saying? Like,
What
right?
type of role model is that though? Right?
But listen, but look, I'm saying you can see yourself as a doctor, as an attorney, as an accountant, and it's okay. Or as a businessman or a preacher. Like, you can see yourself as many different things. But what's pushed out there for the African American is a rapper or an athlete.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Like every boy has to be a rapper or athlete. Or that's a question that I'm pretty sure every like black boy probably gets asked 1,000 times growing up. You know what I mean? Um,
Exactly. What sport do you play?
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You don't play sports? You
Yeah.
got bars?
Yeah. Right. Right. You did have bars in Bible college for sure. For sure. KP people. But
Yeah.
no, I think to answer your question though, like we didn't have when I think of role models, right? We didn't have people in authority because we grew up with, who we aspire to be?
Who's that?
Paraprofessionals that are, teachers aides, because that's the highest of, those are our role models, because we're the Southeast Asian community.
Right.
We're different from the Eastern community where, we're more impoverished or growing up more in that impoverished, poverty mindset, or coming very fresh from that. And our role models in school growing up that we saw, their max potential was a paraprofessional, a teacher's aide. Even though our parents work hard and they aspire us to be like, the doctor or the lawyer or whatever, that was the only thing we saw. And I think that was one thing that held us back, when you don't see, and I'm pretty sure you could relate, and I can't speak for you, but
Yeah.
you relate to that, where you didn't see role models achieve a certain standard or got somewhere. Because for us, our role models, I didn't consider them role models, but I saw that as our cap, was a teacher's aide. A teacher's
Wow.
aide, bro. But I don't know, could you
Wow.
relate to that, or like are we on our own island on that?
No, not so much of the teacher's aide.
Man. Man. Yeah,
I
we
don't know about
are.
a teacher's aide, Cool. You got me on that one, boy. Yeah, you
Like,
got
you
me
know
on
what I
that
mean?
one.
Like, we ain't even we third class citizen or fifth class citizen, how they say it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's just, I think our parents aspire us to be, but growing up, our generation coming from that impoverished, third world country, Southeast Asia, that we can only, like, all we saw was to aspire to, all we saw was teachers' aides. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
And so I'm just saying, we have our own struggle. So we could we
Right.
could
That's
we,
great.
we could relate,
Right.
to not having people in authority right now, understanding like, hey, like you can achieve that with somebody that can see you from a place of authority. But I don't know if that's something that you could relate to, or speak upon. But
Yeah. No, no, that's good. That's just I think that's based off like as a kid, you have to be able to look and see something to inspire to run after. You know, at some point, you had to look beyond a teacher's aide and say, okay, I can be something else. And maybe you've seen somebody that you can relate to and said, I can do what they're doing. At some point, something like that had to have happened where you're like, okay, I can be more than just a teacher's aide. And maybe it wasn't somebody that was Hmong, but maybe it was somebody that was Asian. Or maybe it wasn't somebody that was Asian. Maybe it was somebody that was a Christian or something else that you can relate to, that you
Mhm.
seen yourself in. And you said, okay, I see myself in them and I can do that. To give you an example, for myself, as a black man and as a Christian, I said, okay, I'm a black man, and I knew when I gave my life to Christ, I knew what I was doing. I knew that when I wasn't living right, I was backslid and I was acting stupid. I needed to get it right. But what I did see was I was a black man and I was a Christian, and I can either be a black man and be a thug, or be a black man and be a Christian. So then I said, okay, who else do I know that's a black man that's a Christian? And I was like, and I'm originally from Atlanta, Georgia. And I thought about Martin Luther King Jr. So when I grew up, that was probably my other person that I've seen that I said I can inspire to be like, is like Martin Luther King Jr. And so that was like another image that was imprinted in my mind that
Yeah.
said, okay, well, I don't have to sell drugs on the street, because the drug dealers are also an image that people see in the streets, you know, and they inspire to be like them, or they aspire to be like a rapper, or they aspire to be like an athlete. And I wasn't inspiring to be like any of those guys. And
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, I see something else. I see Dr. King, and maybe I can be like him. And so that's one reason why I inspired to be a minister. You know, I can't say that that's the main reason why. I believe that God called me
Mhm.
to ministry, but I do know that that was a person that I see myself in, you
Yeah.
know. And for a lot of guys, they don't see that, you know. That's just me talking to you just about this the black culture, because in all essence, Ku, I thought that I was going to be dead or in jail
Mhm.
by 18.
Mhm.
And then when 18 came and I wasn't dead and I wasn't in jail, I said, okay, well, I got another 3 years. And by 21, I'm definitely going to be dead. I'm definitely going to be serving a lot of time in jail, some way, somehow, because that's just how the system is.
Yeah.
It's sad, but that was the mindset. And that's how a lot of my black brothers live. It's like that saying YOLO. That's where YOLO comes from. You only live once. It's because you feel like you're gonna die young, so you might as well live as much as you can, as fast as you can, with no, with just no barriers, and just live life. And if you die, you die, because you're gonna end up dying young anyway. Because that's what the culture has in, instilled into you. So when I turned 21, I was a dead end in jail. I was like, okay, I'm getting lucky. I'm one of the lucky few, but I definitely won't make it to 25.
Mm. Mm.
When 25 rolled around, I kid you not, I went to I went to my pastor and I'm like, okay, I need to do something with my life, because I'm 25 on my birthday. I'm like, and I need to do something with my life, because I was living life fast because I thought I was going to expire fast, you
Mm.
know,
Yeah.
and that's because you feel like as a black man in America, you feel like you're going to be killed by either the police or by another brother,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
that's just how it is as a young black man. And for me, my pastor is like, I'm sending you to Columbus, and you got to get yourself together and pursue ministry. And that's what I did, and I never turned back. You know, and that was 15 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, but I personally thought that I was going to be dead or in jail between 18, 21, or 25.
Yeah.